And joining us now is Michael Hardaway, former communications director to now Speaker Hakeem Jeffries, along with Brendan Buck, former press secretary to former Speaker John Boehner, and of course an MSNBC political analyst. Michael, I want to start with you. Trump didn't speak at all on camera yesterday, despite these massive stock market dives. He spent his time golfing, as we just heard, including at a Saudi-funded golf tournament at one of his courses on Thursday. From a communications standpoint, what is happening with this messaging and what message does it send?
This is the worst possible thing you can do from a political perspective. You have skyrocketing prices. You have people's retirement accounts in free fall. You have the price of nearly everything in America going up, and Donald Trump is playing golf for the third or fourth day in a row. This is absolute insanity. And the reality is that Republicans will pay the price in the midterm elections if they can't figure out a way to actually stand up to this president. You know, tariffs are actually a congressional authority. It's an Article I authority put forth by the Constitution. It should actually be Congress that does this sort of thing more than the executive. And it is my hope that congressional Republicans step forward and really take that authority back and work with Democrats to rein this in.
Well, Brendan, we are seeing some kind of uncharacteristic pushback from a few Republican lawmakers on these tariffs. GOP senators helped Democrats pass a resolution to actually block them, although it's likely DOA when it gets to the House. But take a listen to some of the strong words we've heard from Republicans on this issue.
Guess what? Tariffs are a terrible mistake. They don't work. They will lead to higher prices. They are a tax, and they have historically been bad for our economy.
Tariffs are a tax on consumers, and I'm not a fan of jacking up taxes on American consumers. So my hope is these tariffs are short-lived and they serve as leverage to lower tariffs across the globe.
I'm not going to bubble wrap it. What's happening is not good. Now, will it continue? Will we find a bottom and then it'll start to go back up? I hope so. That's what I'm pulling for. Yeah. But if it doesn't, we'll have to recalibrate.
All right, Kennedy, Cruz, I mean, these folks are stalwart Trump supporters. If they're willing to speak out, do you think this will give permission for more Republicans in Congress to start pushing back with policies they disagree with?
Someone should tell Senator Kennedy that hope is not a strategy. And the reality is that...
Go ahead.
I'm sorry, were you speaking with me?
Nope, go ahead, and we'll get to Brendan afterwards. Go ahead.
I'm sorry, Brendan. The reality is that, look, these words are nice. We'll see what their actions are. If you look at their behavior over the last few months, they've not actually stepped forward in a real meaningful way. So let's see how this plays itself out.
All right, Brendan, over to you. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I think it depends on how long this pain lasts. There's a lot of, I think, happy talk. Maybe that's not happy talk, but wishing that this is just going to be a short-term thing and that he's just trying to strike a few deals with some countries and we're going to bring these tariffs back down. I don't know that we should have any confidence in that. And if this does last for a long time and the pain that we're feeling right now becomes the new normal, yeah, I think the political dynamic for Donald Trump could potentially change. I'm not ever going to tell you that, you know, his control of the party is over or anything like that. But this is completely unsustainable. I mean, the pain that we saw in the last few days is just the beginning. You know, hitting your 401k is one thing, but we don't need to guess. We just saw what happens in politics when prices go up. And we're talking about prices potentially going up much more than we even saw in the inflation era of Joe Biden. So if that does come to fruition and he doesn't knock this off anytime soon, I don't think he's going to. I think you're going to see a lot of people, not just privately, but publicly, really question what he's doing. And that may be the only way that we get out of this is a incredibly bad political dynamic for Donald Trump, and he realizes he has no other choice.
Michael, I do want to ask you, Rand Paul also noted that, the last time Republicans put tariffs into effect in the 1930s, Republicans lost control of Congress for decades. What effect do you think these could have on the midterms, as we were just talking about?
Well, kind of as what Brennan just alluded to, you've got a state Senate seat in Pennsylvania that Democrats won. You've got this Supreme Court seat that we won in Wisconsin. And I think this is a drip, drip, drip for a larger wave that is coming if this doesn't turn around. Tariffs are obviously a tax. It's the biggest tax we've had since 1968 on the American people. And voters will punish Donald Trump and Republicans if they can't turn this around, because everything we pay for, everything on Amazon, everything from Target is going to cost more. People don't have money to spend. And so Republicans have to do something to turn this around.